So it's not about the income that we make. It's what we get to keep and make that money work for you. So that's what we've learned, and that's what we're trying to teach others.
Alright guys, welcome back again to our video today. I'm here with Mr. Fernando and Miss Terry. They're going to be telling us a little bit about how they started their business and how they operate here. So if you don't mind just introducing yourselves and tell us what you guys do here.
My name is Fernando Avalera. I'm the COO of our company, Ellis Enterprise and Consulting Group.
And I'm Terry Avalera. I'm the face of the company, so I'm the CEO of Ellis Enterprise and Consulting Group. So we actually own our agency and marketing with financial services companies, and that's what we do. I'm also a financial professional, so we do a lot of arrays of financial services for individuals, business owners, and corporations. So that's actually what we do.
Awesome. Yeah, just tell me a little bit more about how you guys basically started this business and how long you've been doing this for.
That's a great question.
That is a good question.
So when we started, that was about 10 years ago now. My friend, who we both came here as exchange student visitors from the Philippines. She started in the financial services industry, and she asked for help and see if we're going to be open to hearing what she's been doing outside of teaching, right? Because she's a teacher. So actually that time I was a healthcare professional. I was as an admissions director of a skilled nursing facility. And Fernando was a truck driver at that time.
I was a truck driver, yeah.
So, but he has background in bachelor's of administration and human services.
Yeah, human services.
Right,
yeah.
So that's his background. My background is chemistry. I was teaching, but I was working for a skilled nursing facility, and I did that for 5 years. So prior to that, my friend Joanne approaching me about this opportunity. Again, I was an admissions director for a skilled nursing facility. So my job was to evaluate patients from their homes, other skilled nursing facilities, assisted living facilities, hospitals, hospice care, short-term rehab, long-term care. So that's what I did. So I was trained like a nurse to evaluate patients and see if they're a good fit for our facility at that time. And so during that time, we were actually looking for financial literacy. Because I've seen it. It didn't matter if people own the business, they're engineers, they're truck drivers, they're nurses, they're doctors. It didn't matter what they used to do prior to being sick, but when they get sick at an early age, I've seen that day in and day out, every single day when I was doing that job, and they exhaust all of their resources for not being prepared to becoming ill at a younger age, maybe in their late 40s, early 50s, late 50s, right? And so we were talking about, hey, we need to plan for the future. And thank God, it was just right timing. It's just, always in God's timing for us, right? So my friend was asking if we can help her with her training program to certify her to become independent in our industry. So we did, and we're like, just right timing. So we're looking for this information. We're looking for financial education. And we asked if I can do it part-time because I was working full-time at that time. So that's how we got started. Long story short. Long story short.
Nah, that's pretty interesting though. So from what you guys have done basically in the length of 10 years, we want to know a little bit more of what kind of skills and qualities have you guys developed, from when you first started to where you are now in your business?
Well, in the beginning, one thing we did not have was freedom of time. And that really bothered us because we were newly married, just a few years, and although we were already making well over 6 figures, we just didn't have the quality of life to enjoy with each other and our family because we also have 3 kids. So we had to find something. We had to find something to where we can have quality of time with our family and with each other. So when Joanne came along, it wasn't just about the money. I mean, although living in California, it does take money to live there, but it was about us to have a wholesome life, and then when we found that, you know, we wanted to be able to share that with others, because where we come from, you know, our backgrounds, we care for people. You know, with Terry being in the nursing, you know, although I was a truck driver, I've got background in health services, so we wanted to help people, and but it started with us being helped first.
Okay.
So that's really how we started.
And then for us, what we gained, the skills that you're talking about, for me, I believe as an entrepreneur, the hardest part was having that employee mindset to transition to entrepreneur mindset, right? So the biggest part that I believe really is serving us today is having that mental toughness and emotional stability, and also the spirituality that we also gained because of this organization, because our organization believes in their core values, and which we say it's 5 F's. So it's, you know, faith first, because if we don't have this great relationship here, everything around us doesn't really, you know, get taken care of. And then faith first, family second, finance, which is our business, our fitness, because we gotta take care of our health, and then we gotta have fun doing it, because they say if you're not having fun doing what you do, that means you're doing it all wrong. So that's a lot of that we gain from this company and from what we've been doing now. And of course, again, having that mental toughness and emotional stability, because being an entrepreneur is not a easy ride. So that's kind of like, I believe for me, it's a big thing. And again, the freedom of time. Now we have time to go to church more, understand, having better relationship with God, better relationship with other people. We're able to improve our marriage because of that, our relationship with our kids. It's not perfect, of course, but I believe we're growing and progressing. And just like Tony Robbins said, progress is happiness.
Awesome. So just like I want to kind of ask you guys a little bit more as well in terms of like whenever you guys like first, you know, started this business, you're kind of, you know, focused more on the financial part of helping people and, you know, all those things. I want to kind of like, if you don't just want to tell us a little bit more about the biggest, you know, challenges that you guys face you are faced basically in your business while operating this.
Yeah.
The biggest challenge, really the biggest challenge, is people. And the reason behind that is because all of us, including ourselves, we all have different personalities, different goals, different wants, different needs, different beliefs sometimes. And I think the challenge is connecting with people. Because the challenge comes finding common ground with people. You know, because common ground helps two individuals or many individuals, if we're in a group, to establish trust. You know, because if someone doesn't trust another person, it doesn't matter if we have the best product, you know, the superior product, or so on and so forth. If they don't trust us enough to open up to receive what we have to offer them, that's probably the largest challenge. What would you say? Yeah,
so that's the business component. As a parent, as a wife, as a mother, right, and as a daughter, the hardest part was for me when I was transitioning, leaving my job. Because it's leaving the known and what's convenient and comfortable, transitioning to the unknown. Right? We were making really good income at that time. It was fully benefited jobs. And all of a sudden, like, here we are diving into the unknown. We're jumping off the plane and we're literally building the stairs going down, right? Literally, that's what we had to do, because I was working full-time, 24/7 on call at my job. Having to replace that part-time here was, for me at least, I think it was very challenging in the beginning. The beginning part is always usually the challenge, because that's when you have to transition. For me, it was to transition out of my job, leaving all of that good stuff at our job, right? My job. So for me, that's that. And then, of course, the business part now is what Fernando just shared.
Sounds good.
And then if there was a secondary to people, would be time management.
Time management. Because we all only have 24 hours, but there's so many things to do. And then as a business owner, as a mentor to many people, we have to be able to be versatile
flexible, and manage our time efficiently to where enough is allocated to the task or tasks in front of us. So time management is another challenge as well.
Awesome. So like, how would you guys describe the way that you kind of measure success in terms of, being big business owners? Like, where you say, okay, I'm actually here, we have actually, made it, or we're actually doing pretty well. How do you guys measure that?
Yeah, that's a great question. We can look at that two ways: personally, internally and externally. For us, and we've been married over 15 years, so I know how my wife thinks too. Is the success of others? In the beginning, this is what we learned. In the beginning, we got to get ourselves out of the way. Whether it's financially, goals, dreams, but once we get ourselves out of the way, then we can actually begin to help people, because the focus is off of ourselves.
Right.
So in the beginning, internally, we needed to get to a certain income level to where life can still operate, without, crunching on us. After that was done, now what we do is we measure success in how many happy clients we have, and happiness through them can come in many different ways. It could be them reaching their financial goals, their retirement objectives, and so on and so forth. So in the beginning, we had to get ourselves out of the way. Now it's about how many clients we can help to get them to their goals and dreams. So that's how we measure.
Awesome. So what would you say is like the best financial advice that you guys have ever received, throughout your lifetime that is helping you until this time?
For us?
Yeah.
Don't wait. Like, when you can get started, you gotta start, not yesterday, not tomorrow. It's gonna be now, right? Because of the compound interest rule. The longer you wait, it's not working for you. It could work against you. But if you have the opportunity to get it done and get started, do not wait. Because the best advice that we've received was, if you are not saving money when you're making a little, you're not going to save money when you're making a lot. Because saving is a habit, right? So if you don't have a mindset of building your wealth and starting and getting started, you're not going to get started. Because I have some clients who making $80,000 a year, but they're saving $20,000 and putting it to work for them, right? But then I have clients who are making $300,000 and spending $325,000. So it's not about the income that we make, it's what we get to keep and make that money work for you. So that's what we've learned, and that's what we're trying to teach others. So make your money work for you, or you're gonna work for the rest of your life.
Yeah, and to tie on to that, it's also investing into yourself to learn.
Absolutely.
To learn what has not been known, because when we learn something, knowledge is not power, but knowledge is power when it's implemented. So learning is powerful. So we're really big on educating individuals when it comes to financial concepts, sometimes even mindset, because sometimes our minds, some of us are raised in a fashion to where the world is ending type of mindset, but the world is so huge. There's a vast amount of avenues out there that if one doesn't know, how could they make a clear and informed decision? So we're really big on really leading, guiding, and navigating people through the avenues that they just don't know yet.
It's all about education too. So all of our approach is education.
What's like the most amount of money that you guys have made in a single year through your business?
Single year?
Single year with the check, $420,000.
Wow, interesting. So for people, especially like someone who's watching this video right now, I know you guys kind of help people like in their financials, kind of get their money right and stuff. Like, what advice would you have for someone who's trying to look forward to maybe starting something like what you guys have today?
If I ask someone, if you want to start a business, what do you think most people think about? Like startups or franchises, right? So let's talk about a very simple and very popular franchise. Let's just say McDonald's. How much does it take to start a McDonald's business, right? last night it was said from the beginning till the end, all of the infrastructure, real estate, and all of that, and staffing and all that, it's $5 million. And how long does it take for you to get a net profit from it? It takes years, right? So for us, what we've learned in starting a business, if I'm getting the question correctly, is you have to find a business, and my son was going to college for business. That's why we had this conversation already.
Okay.
So if you want to start a business, find something that is low startup cost, which is ours. Ours is like licensing and like less than between $300 to $500 to start a business, right? That's the startup cost.
That's pretty low.
You have to make sure that the business is scalable. And we have the opportunity to have billions of dollars in operating and revenue and all of that in this business because it's financial services. If you research right now, even Google, what is the most lucrative and the highest income producing business that also developed the most millionaires is financial services. So is it scalable? Absolutely, right? And is there a system in place? So if you have a business, are you trying to figure it out, or is it laid out for you so you can be successful? That's what system is for. System stands for save yourself time, energy, and money. And then last but not the least is, do you have a mentor?
Okay.
Do you have someone that's done it already, showed you can show you the ropes, and they actually became successful in it?
Oh yeah.
And we do have that. We have multi-millionaire, and billionaire mentors in our business. So I believe in starting a business, you have to consider those points in order to be successful, because people can start their businesses, but they don't know how to navigate it. We have a system, a business wherein it's not only very low cost to start up, it is scalable, it has system in place, and very, very successful system, and then we have mentorship.
Yeah, and just to add to that, part that we need to have is the willingness and the mindset. Because just like Terry had mentioned, from us going job, and employee to entrepreneur, it's two different worlds. It's like salt water to fresh water. So having the mindset to get out there and take and make that calculated risk. Right. Yeah. And
the best investment you could ever do, if you are an entrepreneur, is in yourself. Because if you grow, you can do more for others. If you grow, there's more you have to offer. Right. For us, it's who we are becoming in the process, and that's why we love our company, because we have people like that who have great marriages, successful in their business, their kids are doing well, right? So for us, that's also part of our success that we want. It's not just the measure of how much we make, but what kind of impact we have in our marriages, other people's relationships, our children, and our families, and the people that we get in contact with.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate so much the value that you guys have given us today. I believe that many people have kind of learned from you guys, and you've kind of dropped down some really amazing wisdom that I also applied to my life. So thank you so much for the time, Fernando and
we appreciate
Terry.
You.
Thank you. All right, guys, that's it for this video. We appreciate Mr. Fernando and Terry for dropping up some wisdom for us. They've been able to do their business just in the length of 10 years, and they have grew it up until this day. So I hope you guys get some value out of this video, and you'll be able to apply as well whatever wisdom that you received out of this video. I'm all about helping you guys. So make sure you also like the video and subscribe and share it if it helped you, so that we can help someone else. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
I know. No such thing as playing both sides, I know.